Well, everyone, there was some very unfortunate news this morning regarding Blue Protocol as they announced the current release status of the game for its respective regions. For those of you who don't know, Blue Protocol is a very highly anticipated anime style online multiplayer action RPG. And they announced that Japan is set to launch beginning on June 14th. So that's actually going to be happening really close after the Diablo 4 release and is going to be around the beta time, the alleged beta time for Throne and Liberty. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, Japan, cool, great, good for them. What about the West? Well, the West, unfortunately, was originally supposed to release in late 2023 and is now no longer releasing until 2024. So the game has been delayed until next year with no specific time frame in 2024 given, probably in the first quarter, but right now it's no longer happening this year, which is a big bummer for a lot of people who have been waiting for this game. On the one hand, this works out for Amazon a little bit, as with Throne and Liberty having been delayed as well from its original release date, it was then going to be pushed up to releasing around the same time as Blue Protocol's original window. So they would have had two major titles releasing really close together, which probably would have been really stressful for them to deal with. But now Blue Protocol also being delayed gives them a bit of room to work with between the different release times, while also simultaneously working on their own new game, Lord of the Rings. So there's a little bit of a pro and con situation there. The really unfortunate thing to me about all this is we're once again in a situation where we're going to have this title releasing in another country beforehand, and we know it's going to be coming to the West. And so as a result, everybody, not literally everybody, but a lot of people are going to be trying to play on that Japan client version of the game before it comes to the West. And they have 6+ months to do so. And people are going to be trying to learn every single in and out, nook, cranny, advantage gaining possibility that they can with the game before it releases in the West. And that's just going to damage the launch experience, I'm sure, for some people, as it's going to have this audience of people who are going to be very knowledgeable, know how, and look to, progress really quickly, and potentially leads into a bit of a, more gatekeepy situation, or a situation where people are, being toxic to others for not knowing something beforehand. Lost Ark, looking at you. We had a lot of people who played Lost Ark in other regions. Then it came to the West, and you had a bunch of people treating new players like idiots because they didn't know how something worked, because they were new to the game completely and didn't play it beforehand. You're going to have a little bit of that in this situation again as well, unfortunately. But, that's something that you would have encountered anyways, even when games release at the same time everywhere. Talking about things like World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy, you're still going to have people who are very elitist, gatekeepy in that regard, but it doesn't help the situation when people are able to play it beforehand before it comes to the region as well. And so that's just one of the bigger downsides to this, aside from having to obviously wait a really long time now, right? So that's the really unfortunate situation around the game. I'm a bit bummed about the delay, but it does work out. We do now have, on the bright side, a bit of a spread in releases now. So, we've got Diablo 4 happening, and then we're going to have Throne and Liberty and Wayfinder, and then we're going to have Blue Protocol later on after that. So we've got a bit of a staggering of game releases now, instead of things all happening around the same, 4 to 5 month window, which is nice as a player, being able to have stuff not all releasing at the same time. And it gives you a little bit of breathing room and you don't feel overwhelmed by everything that's coming out. But it's still a bit of a bummer to have something, if this was the game that you were specifically waiting for, it's still a bummer to have that be what gets delayed and you now have to wait longer to play it. So I am sympathetic there with that. Unfortunately, it is what it is, and hopefully this yields a better return on the game for them. They get everything that needs to be addressed, and any problems that arise from the JP version get addressed when it comes to the West, particularly if there's anything that people deem problematic monetization. It gives us a chance to get insight on the monetization and to see what can be changed for the Western audience as well, hopefully. But that's just going to be one of those things that we have to wait and see. So unfortunate news with that, but it is where it is. That's going to be all for now, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. Always happy to talk about new releases, MMOs, and ARPGs alike on our channel on Twitch. So catch us live there if you'd like to. Take care. Have a good one.